Oh my god, everybody. I just got to play the Nintendo Switch. So there was an event here in Birmingham in the UK, and I got to play the Nintendo Switch. And most importantly, I got to play Breath of the Wild. Now, this was an incredible experience for me. We've all been waiting to play this game, and of course it comes out in less than 3 weeks' time now, but I got to play it, as you can see here, in tablet mode for a little bit. I'm just showing you guys the console a little bit, in tablet mode. It's really light, really nice. The screen is really crisp, really colourful, and really, really good. It was a little bit hard to do this with one hand out, I'll admit, but you can see, looks really, really nice. Game is beautiful. I recorded some other people here, while I was waiting around and just watching. Interestingly, there's a shrine there on the left, the main screen I'm looking at, and at the beginning there's a little guardian that gets killed and stuff. Really, really interesting stuff to see what other people were doing. I was kind of doing a very specific thing when I was playing, which is avoiding everything and just trying to not trigger anything that I want to, enjoy myself on release day. I just wanted to experience it a little bit. And oh my god, it is crazy. So undocking from the dock is really cool. The Pro controller you can see right there is hands down one of my favorite Nintendo controllers. It is beautiful. It feels really, really good. I've not seen a Nintendo controller like this for a really long time. It feels way better than the Wii U and the Wii controllers they did. This is some of the footage I got while I was sat down. Again, I was trying to focus on my gameplay, but I got to the Temple of Time here, as you can see, and I got the bow. I think it's the Traveler's Bow. Picked up some arrows, and I ran around a little bit, did some shooting with it. The gyro controls and the Pro controller work amazingly. Again, I was watching some of the people who decided to go and do the story stuff, but we've seen some of this already, so it wasn't too spoilery. But you can see just how good the game looks on a screen. It's crisp, it's really detailed, and it runs amazingly. Now, I experienced a couple of frame drops here and there, but they were nothing big. They were mostly when there was a lot of grass or a lot of things happening. And I'm not sure if this is final build yet either. I think this might be a build from earlier in the year. But you can see here, look at how you can see how smooth it looks. The grass is so green, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's really, really, really... Oh, speechless! Luckily, I got to the event first, just saying. And I was able to play straight away. So as 10 o'clock happened, the doors opened, I was the first one to sit down and play Breath of the Wild. I played for a while, roamed around, picked up the axe, and slashed away at some bokoblins. It was a lot of fun. I then went and played some other games, which we'll get to talking about. But I thought I'd just start this video with Breath of the Wild. So if anyone just is wanting to see what my thoughts of Breath of the Wild is, they can just watch the start. Anyway, so I played Breath of the Wild, and then at the end, after everyone else has played it, I came back and said, because there's no one else playing on it, I said, can I play? There's another 20 minutes of the event left. And they said, yeah, sure. So I sat back down. That's where some of the footage of me closer to the screen and me with the Pro controller are playing. Interestingly, the player on the right here just keeps getting hit by barrels, and the bokoblins just keep throwing barrels constantly. It looks like the Nintendo, the staff there is trying to help out. But you can see it just looks incredible. And the axe, when you're using the axe, that two-handed power is incredible. But they're nearly dead here, so they've got to keep running. But you can just see how good this game looks. It is amazing. And I cannot wait for March 3rd. I wish I could just fall over and nap for a little while until then, like Link just did in that footage there. But you can see there was quite a lot of setup, and it looked really, really nice, the area where you could play Breath of the Wild. You all got a little seat, and you could sit down. And it was very, very cool. So, with that, thank you guys for watching. If you're going to tune out now, this is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, I put the camera, inside my coat. And that let me hold it in tablet mode with two hands. So you can see here, I'm, showing you it more properly. Now, you can see how good the screen looks here. I'm moving around, I'm clicking. It feels so good. It's a little bit heavier than it actually will be, because you can see it's got a security thing attached to it and everything. But you can see just how good this thing looks. I shot this in 4K, and you can probably tell I've downscaled it a little bit to 1080 here. But you can just see how crisp it looks. It looks amazing on that screen. It's vastly better than the Wii U screen, in my opinion. It looks incredible. Now, I'm probably going to skip around a little bit more then and do a little bit more editing to this section of Mario Kart 8. But I'll just talk about it generally. You can see the actual Switch itself is a great piece of hardware. It looks incredible. and feels great. The triggers and the shoulder buttons are really small. Well, the triggers aren't too bad. The shoulder buttons are quite small on the Joy-Cons. I've got some more footage of the Joy-Cons separately as well. And you can see in the background, if you look around, other people playing Mario Kart 8. There's some 1-2 Switch stuff happening and some ARM stuff as well over there. Really nice event. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, plays a lot like Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, which is great. I've used King Boo, which is obviously the first time he's in Mario Kart 8. And it was a lot of fun. I really liked how it looked. This is obviously a level we've seen before because most of the levels are coming back. There's a few new battle mode maps that are coming. I think there's a Splatoon one and such like that. But really, this is just an incredible, incredible game. And it looked amazing on the Wii U, and it looks amazing on the Switch, which is no surprise at all. It's an incredible thing. I'll show you guys here another glimpse at the Switch. I'll spin it around a little bit. You guys have a good look at the hardware in, this HD-ness that is happening on your screens right now. And let's move on to talk about some of the other things, some more of the hardware, some more of the games. So here we are with 1-2 Switch, and this is one of the blue neon Joy-Cons here, and I'm playing a game where there's like these balls inside the Joy-Con and you move it back and forth and you feel how many there are. Now what's crazy about this is the HD rumble feature works not only in games like this, but it's also in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And you can feel like when you're revving and boosting and such, there's a little bit of force feedback and things like that, and it feels great. You can see here I'm moving the Joy-Con around, and it's just an incredible piece of hardware, actually. I think it's really good. You can see it's quite small, though. It is quite small. You put this down on the table, and it tells you if you guessed correctly or not. It's pretty tricky. You can see the red Joy-Con there as well. While we're on the topic of Joy-Cons, this is a quick clip of the Joy-Cons in grey that I got while waiting for Splatoon 2. And talking about Splatoon 2, let's jump into that. And here we are, Splatoon 2. So I got to play a couple of rounds of Splatoon 2, and it is amazing. It's so much fun. It's just like the Wii U version, but there's a little bit more graphical fidelity in a few places. The ink actually looks a little bit nicer, I noticed, and overall the game flows really well. However, I was really bad at it. I was never great at the Wii U version, but I was really, really bad at it. Now, I think it's because of the way they had the control set up. You were using the Joy-Cons and the Joy-Con grip, and there was gyro, and I always played actually the Wii U version with gyro off, so I always just used the right analog stick to move the camera, like a normal game, like a normal third-person shooter, but not here. You can see there the Joy-Con grip. I'll show it a little bit closer in a second as well. But it is a comfortable way to play. It just wasn't my favorite. Also, they had the the Switches in all of these weird things. I just called it a Wii U. It's not, it's a Switch. There is the Joy-Con grip. It looks pretty nice. It feels pretty good. It's actually not that small either. It almost feels like controller size. It's nowhere near as good as the Pro Controller, in my opinion, which I played Zelda using. But it is pretty damn good for an out-of-the-box controller. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, you can see the Switches in these weird plastic Perspex boxes all lined up. Really weird way to do it, but the Zelda setup didn't have that. The Switch was just there in front of you, interestingly enough. So anyway, you can see here, this is some of the match that you can see, and the game looks and plays just like it does on the Wii U, if not just a little bit more smooth, and yeah, just a little bit better looking in general. It's a lot of fun. I had a great time playing it, and yeah, let's move on to some more of what I saw and then wrap this video up. Now, the last game I got some good footage of is ARMS. Now, ARMS is a really interesting one to play because they give you it with the two Joy-Cons. You got to kind of push, punch, and do stuff. They let you kind of go through this training section first and then let you do a couple of matches after that. Now, I really want to play ARMS just using the standard controls. It is an option where you can just play with like a Pro Controller or the Joy-Cons as a normal game, but they're just pushing this motion control, style of it as a control option, and you couldn't try it in any other way. But it's a great looking game. It's very colourful, very bright, very vibrant, and I had a lot of really good time with it. It was really fun. It's, surprising actually how good it is, because it is just an arena fighter, but it reminds me a lot of Pokken Tournament. I don't know why, but it just has a lot of the similar charm and feel as that game, which is a really, really good thing. Right, so we are coming to the end of this video now. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. There was one other game there that I played that I didn't really get much footage of, and that was Snipper Clips. That's a really fun little game where you kind of cut things out. I played it with a random Nintendo staffer. It was a lot of fun. And then I also played a couple of the other 1-2 Switch mini games. Really fun. That was everything at the event, though. That was it. So here is the actual console and the tablet. You can see it right here. It's a beautiful thing to hold. Great to play. I had a great time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye.